Hello to our next episode of the Venture Cafe podcast. We have here a very interesting guest here today, Irfan Ahmad. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Ahmed is
Ahmed.
how I would pronounce it.
Ahmed, I'm no, sorry.
Irfan is fine.
Irfan, okay, like the viewer Irfan. Are you familiar with the picture viewer Irfan? It's from a very old one.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
this is fine.
That's how I became famous on the internet.
Okay, good for you. Now, tell us, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Pakistan.
Pakistan. Are you here? Are you living here now? Are you
I'm
just visiting?
Just visiting.
Just visiting. And how long have you been here already?
I've been here for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
And I've got 1 more week to go.
1 more week to go. Yeah. How are you enjoying so far your stay here?
Great. This is my visit after a very long time to Boston again. I actually went to school in BU.
Oh, good.
But that was many moons ago.
So this is almost home for you actually.
Yeah.
So
I spent about 6 years in Boston.
Oh.
But I was telling my daughter yesterday that I used to go to the Heinz Auditorium stop, and it's now called the Heinz Convention Center. So things have changed.
Well, yeah, the Boston Convention Center as well.
Yeah.
But there's a very interesting topic that I want to why I brought you in here, and this is what you're working on right now. So you have now an app that you're working on, and you're specifically targeting Muslims with that app. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right.
So for us, it's especially here in the New England area, targeting Muslims is not something that, in a marketing sense, is not something that really comes to mind because the population of Muslim is not that huge here. But how do you make an app Muslim friendly? How do you market an app to Muslims? So it's a very interesting concept for us.
Let me tell you what got me into it.
Yes, please.
Many years ago, I went to Paris as a student. While I was a student, I didn't go to Paris to study.
You're well traveled.
I went to Paris and I visited the Mona Lisa because when they asked me what was the reason for my wanting to go to Paris, I said to see the Mona Lisa. So actually, that was my first destination. After I had gone into my hotel and booked in, then I went to the Louvre, and I went in and I saw the Mona Lisa, and I was extremely disappointed.
Oh,
because it was so small. The vision of the Mona Lisa is a huge painting.
How do you feel then about the Statue of Liberty? Have you seen that? Go on.
But anyway, so once I had seen the Mona Lisa, I then went out and I took a bus tour of the city. And when we were going around, I saw the Golden Arches near the Arc de Triomphe.
Oh, okay. When you say Golden Arches, in America saying McDonald's.
That's exactly what I meant. I did see a McDonald's near the Arc de Triomphe, and I realized that because I'm a Muslim, I eat halal food, and McDonald's they serve fish burgers.
Okay.
So those are fine for halal, for Muslim, travelers. So I decided once I'm over with this bus tour, I'm going to head back to the Arc de Triomphe. I'm going to go to that McDonald's, and I can have my dinner there.
So you went all the way to Paris to eat at McDonald's?
That's what a lot of people tell me. That are you trying to create a guide for people to go to eating places in the city? I said no, that's not the objective. The objective is when I'm near the Mona Lisa, or when I'm near the Eiffel Tower, or when I'm near the Arc de Triomphe, where is the closest halal restaurant that I can go to? So we offer you information on the travel destination. That's the primary goal of it. Secondary goal is, because it's aimed at Muslim travelers, we cater to their needs. That's one.
Okay, you're talking about your app now. What is
but again, going back, a few years ago, I was in Norway. In one of the northernmost cities of Norway called Longyearbyen. It's in an island called Svalbard. They had perpetual sunlight there in July. And being a practicing Muslim, we say our prayers according to sunrise and sunset. So I didn't know what time to say my prayers because there would be no sunrise, there would be no sunset there.
Oh, yeah,
so again, one needs to have that information on 5 times prayers.
Okay, excuse my ignorance, but if there's no sunrise and sunset, so if you're beyond that circle, how does the time then set at all?
That was my query as well, because I was perplexed. I didn't know. But fortunately, there was a mosque in a nearby city called Tromsø, and I spoke with them, with the imam there or the leader there, and he told me that we follow Norway timings until we get to a stage where it's not feasible, and then we switch to Mecca timings. So they then follow the exact timings, because there's perpetual either sunlight or there'll be perpetual night.
Right.
So they then follow the timings that are followed in Mecca.
So you couldn't cheat just by saying that it's a perpetual night, that you just don't
pray
for
at all
for a few months.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how they sort of
Okay.
use the timing. So these are practicalities that a traveling or a practicing Muslim needs when he is traveling. That was one thing that triggered my desire to create a travel app. The other thing was that because I was based in Dubai, and I am based in Dubai,
Okay.
I was looking at the travel scene in Arabic, and there really isn't any travel website which caters to the Arab traveler. So I decided, let me make a travel application which will be in Arabic and which meets the needs of the Muslim traveler. Unfortunately, although I've lived in Dubai for the last 12 years, I do not really know Arabic. So coming from a non-Arabic background, but being a Muslim, I kind of was able to do something in English and also at the same time reach out to Arabs by using what they need, by giving them information what they need. So we decided to build a website first, which would be in English because I didn't speak Arabic. Then we got it translated into Arabic. I hired Arabic editors who would do the translation, and we created a website. But then, this is 4 years ago, 2010. But once I had made the website, I then realized that websites are like the Frommer's books, which I used to use when I was traveling to Paris.
Right.
Dog-eared little pages. Nobody's going to make a printout or a PDF out of the website while they're traveling.
Right.
So you need to get into the modern age and have a mobile application.
Mobile, of course, yeah.
So we then started working on a mobile version of the website itself. And we launched a beta version of it about a month back. And hopefully in the next 2 weeks we'll be officially launching the mobile application.
Please reveal the name of it. Or
the website is called Irhal. It's spelled IRHAL, irhal.com, which means to go away.
Okay.
The word Irhal became extremely...
You don't want to name a website, go away.
That's, again, there's a connection with Boston with that.
Yeah.
I had a brother who used to study at the Harvard Business School, and I would walk from Harvard Square's T-stop to the business school, and then on the way back to the Harvard station, just beyond the JFK School of Government, there was this little travel agency which had a sign saying, "Please go away," and then ... often. So, but only when you reach really close to the travel agency's shop, you would be able to see the word "often." Okay. It was like, "Please go away," and that kind of stuck to my mind. That "please go away." What kind of a enterprise would say "please go away" on their?
So, yeah, this is a reverse.
Yeah. So that's how the background of the Irhal name comes from. Irhal again became very popular on the streets of Cairo during the demonstrations on Tahrir Square. Because the demonstrators were saying Irhal Mubarak, means go away.
Go away, yeah.
So we don't encourage people to go away on a permanent basis. We want them to go away often. So keep going away. So that's the sort of basis of the website or the mobile application, encouraging people to travel and travel often. Now, in terms of the mobile application, Irhal, you search for Irhal on either the Android store or the Apple store, and you will be able to download the application today. Now, Irhal has the traditional travel information, like what are the places to visit in a city, what are the shopping places in a city, how do you find restaurants and hotels, and if you land in the airport, what are the things to do, how do you get to the city, what are the transportation modes which are commonly available for that particular city. And we have about 90 different city guides. But beyond the traditional travel information, we have things like prayer timings for each city. Again, based on sunrise and sunset, that keeps changing, so we have that. We also have a little GPS-based compass, which then tells you what is the direction of Mecca, because when we are praying, we face the direction of Mecca, the Kaaba, and the app tells you where to face when you're saying your prayers.
Okay.
In addition, we have halal restaurants, because Muslim travelers, when they want to eat halal food, it's similar to kosher food. It's slaughtered in the right way, at least right according to Muslims. And there's a whole bunch of restaurants that are listed in each city which cater to the Muslim traveler. Third thing that we have catering to Muslim travelers in particular is the location of mosques, because generally people tend to pray in the hotel room or wherever, but on Fridays it's more of a congregation that they want to attend. Even when they're traveling, they'd like to sort of go to a Friday prayer congregation. So it has a list of all the different mosques in different cities. And we've put together this information for 90 different cities. So it's a fair amount of work that has gone into preparing the mobile application.
So if somebody wants to continue the conversation with you and maybe want to ask you how they can maybe perhaps make their app more Muslim friendly, how can they get a hold of you?
My name is Irfan Ahmad, so you can send me an email, Ahmad, A-H-M-A-D, at irhal.com, or you just go to the website, irhal.com, and find the Contact Us link. Any email that you send will eventually find its way to me.
That is awesome. So thank you so much for being on the Venture Outcast. It was very interesting to learn about your app and how you are marketing it to Muslims.
Thank you, and I have found the 2 visits that I've done so far to the Venture Cafe as to be an exciting place. It's a happening place, and I wish I would be here again next Thursday, but I'm flying off.
Okay.
I would have attended.
Well, you're always welcome here.
Inshallah, I'll be back. Thank you.